Back in 2000, I started working nights at a call center set up to what used to be an army base. It sat well outside the city, far enough that you couldn't just walk off the property and find anything resembling normal life. I'm talking about countryside. The place had been decommissioned years before, and most of it was left as is. Low concrete buildings, empty barracks, rusted fences, long stretches of cracked pavement. Eventually, they planned to turn it into a logistics hub, but at the time it was just us, one building lit up in the middle of a dead zone. If you didn't have a car, the company would run a shuttle bus. It came in before each shift and left after like clockwork. Nights were the absolute worst. The last shift would end at 11 p.m., and if you missed that bus, you were stuck out there until morning. Many people relied on this bus to get back to the city after that last shift. Now, the ride in wasn't really that bad. There was still light out, people were talking and joking. It was the ride out that was different. Everybody was tired, quiet, just ready to get home. The road off the base ran straight for a while, then curved past a stretch where the old building still stood. On one side, empty structures, dark windows, doors hanging wide open. On the other, a wide clearing, then a dense wall forest. A lot of people that worked there told stories about that stretch of land, shapes off in the trees, but most of us would ignore it, and I personally didn't believe any of it until one night. It was late summer, still kind of hot. The bus AC wasn't working and the windows were cracked enough to let in some damp jungle air. There were maybe 10 of us on board, the same old faces, a couple of guys from tech, 2 women from billing, and a supervisor who I didn't know very well. The driver was an older guy who'd been running that route forever, literally the only night driver that I'd ever seen. We pulled out at 11, right on the dot. And the first part of that ride was normal, routine. Silence, the growl of the engine. A few people had already had their eyes closed. I was sitting on the left side, halfway down the tube, watching the buildings pass on my left side. When we hit that empty stretch, the bus slowed down a little like usual. I looked across the aisle, out on the right side toward the clearing, before the trees came up. At first, I thought maybe I was just tired or a shadow from a tree, until it separated itself from the others and started dashing through the dark. It broke out from the forest with this long leap, then running into a full sprint. It was low, but not on all fours. It crossed the clearing in seconds, straight toward the road. There were no animals that I knew of out here with 2 legs that could do that. Somebody near the front made this sound, and I think they were looking out the window too. The driver didn't react though, just kept the bus steady. The thing hit the edge of the road and then matched our speed almost instantly, and most of us started to look now. Then the headlights caught it. I still can't tell you exactly what I saw. It moved insanely fast. The light was catching it in pieces, but it was tall. Its arms were hanging to the ground, almost dragging in the dirt. Its head was angled forward, trying to keep its balance. It turned toward the bus, then it was right there, on top of us, running alongside just outside the window. The first hit rattled the glass, a full body slam. Then again, and again. Heavy blows against the metal between the windows, each one shaking the frame. If it hit the glass, it would have shattered on impact. Everybody was watching now. Somebody in the back started yelling, and one of the women ducked down. Everybody else was pressed up against the left side of the bus, staring out the opposite window. I couldn't look away. It kept pace with us without effort. Every few seconds, it would lunge sideways, hit the bus again, and that impact had zero effect on the creature itself. The driver finally pressed down on the gas and the engine whined, and the bus picked up speed. We were screaming for him to go, and he kept asking us what was happening, but there was no way to explain it to him. We said that something was attacking the bus and he needed to just go. Either way, the thing stayed with us. For a moment, it actually pulled ahead into the front of the headlights. I got a little bit of a clearer look then. Its face, or whatever passed for one, was flat, pale, but not like skin, more like membrane. No real features, just dark spaces where eyes should have been and a slit where a mouth might have been. It wasn't even looking at the road. It was looking at us. It then dropped back and slammed into the side of the front wheel, hard enough to shutter the whole bus. The driver had seen it clearly and went sheet white in his seat. But still, he had the forethought to hit the gas. We were going way too fast for that road, bouncing over the dips and potholes. The thing kept pace with us for a few more seconds, then it veered off, just turned and sprinted back into the clearing, disappearing into the dark, the same way it came. The banging then stopped, and all was left was the engine and a bus full of people on the verge of tears. the hell was that? What have we just seen out here? Everybody tried to make sense of it, but nobody had a good theory. The driver didn't look back, but had no interest in investigating anything further. He just kept going until the buildings were gone and the road opened up toward the city. When we finally hit streetlights, all of us breathed a sigh of relief. I got off my stop and went straight home. I didn't sleep because how could I? The next night, the bus still ran at 11, and for the first time ever, there was a different driver now. No one missed it, but no one sat on the right side either. Nobody sat near a window at all. Our managers told us there would be a security patrol now, somebody to keep the road monitored while people commuted. It was better than nothing, I guess. I never saw that thing again, but apparently others have. And they all seem to have a very similar story as mine.